if you're depressed, you shouldn't. I tried to go to my primary health provider. I said, hey, bro, I couldn't tell him I'm suicidal because I had a top secret clearance. I needed that for future employment. I was afraid they're going to take my guns. They're going to Baker Act me, lock me up, or it's going to go on my record and the government's going to find out and they're going to freaking fire me. I'll never be employable again. Okay. I didn't know about all these resources. I didn't even Google search anything back then. So I just was like, hey, I got anxiety. It's crazy. I'm depressed. He didn't even ask me if I was suicidal, but I wasn't going to tell him that because I was worried. I got to work. I'm like, what can you do? I was like crying, like emotional. I was like, this is so crazy. This guy probably thinks I'm so crazy, which I probably was. And so he gave me Ambien, he gave me Xanax, like all the drugs. He just throws drugs at me. So I'm like,
pills at the problem.
I'm taking all that stuff on top of the other stuff I'm taking, like that was left over or I could get my hands on, and drinking. So it was about 2011, like it'd only been a month or two, a couple months. I don't remember the date, but it was in about 2011. I decided to take my own life. And that was my first time that I ever actually acted on it, or that I can remember having suicidal ideation where I was like, I just want to check out. I've tried everything. I've tried working out 3 times a day, tried drinking, like medicating. It's just not getting better. It's only getting worse. I don't understand what's going on. So I put plastic up in my bathtub, like a shower liner, because I had a really nice bathroom, and I'm a conscientious suicidal guy. I didn't want somebody to like ruin someone's day. Like, hey, this guy plastered his face all over on the ceiling. What a dick. So I put the plastic up and decided, I was like, this is it, dude. I'm gonna end my life, And it was probably about, if I remember right, it was in the morning, probably around 10. And I'm sitting on my couch. I had my pistol in my one hand, and I said, screw the plastic. I'm just going to fucking do it in my living room. My back was to the door, and I had a fifth in the other, kind of like Jim Morrison. I was like drinking and trying to get the courage up to like smoke myself. And I had it too. And it was probably, I didn't really reference this until about a year ago, maybe, that I'm aware of with my buddy Ron. But somebody had called my buddy Ron and said, hey man, Chris is in a bad state. And I don't even know how. It was probably because I was drinking like every day, all day. And everyone knows I'm a workout freak. And they're like, well, what are you doing? And I think it was my old CFO who lived in my neighborhood. I'd go over there and just drink, like he was working. I wasn't even working at that time. And so I had my pistol, one hand, fifth in the other. I'm literally in the process of putting the gun in my mouth, and my doorbell rings. And I'm like, who the fuck? Like, I'm isolated. I have no friends. Everyone's gone. Ron was back in Tulsa, Oklahoma. John's dead. My wife left. So I literally had nobody around. And I had John's wife. I'm not going to burden her with my garbage. She's got plenty to deal with. So I'm like, do I get the doorbell or what? So I decided, if I put my pistol down, I go to the door, and I'm already like half in the bag. My buddy's like, Ron's standing at the door with bags in hand. I'm like, what the hell, dude? What are you doing here? He goes, you look like shit. I was like, I feel like shit. He goes, well, get dressed. We're going out. I said, where are we going? He's like, the bar. And we joke about it as being the worst intervention ever, right? I'm like, dude, I'm already drunk. He's like, well, I don't care. He's like, he didn't know what to do, And he's just like, but that day saved my freaking life, dude. 100%. That was I don't know if it was divine intervention or I don't know. It was the weirdest situation.
But he flew in from Tulsa, Oklahoma to see you.
Didn't let me know. I had no idea he was coming. If it was been maybe 15 minutes later, I might have been dead. I would have been dead. Because I was committed.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. Please hit that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.